Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news, all right, Bills fans, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most game-changing rumors we've seen in a while. It's about a potential blockbuster trade that's been buzzing from the Bay Area, and it involves none other than Fred Warner, the star linebacker of the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, you heard that right. The 49ers, sitting at 7-6 with their playoff hopes hanging by a thread, are reportedly considering moving Warner, one of the best at his position, to the Bills. And honestly, if this deal goes down, it could reshape the entire AFC East and give Buffalo an incredible boost heading into the playoffs. Now let's break this down and see why such a move makes sense for both sides, and what it could mean for the Bills' defense. First off, the 49ers are in a tricky spot. They're sitting with a 7-6 record, and their salary cap situation is tight, especially with a run defense that's allowing a staggering 128 yards per game on the ground in 2025. Their defense, which was once a league juggernaut, has taken a hit, partly because of injuries, especially on the defensive line, with 4 concussions among their pass rushers and a rank of 20th in DVOA. They're also facing issues with their quarterback situation and the depth at key positions. Rumors suggest that the front office is eyeing some big moves and trading Warner, a versatile tackling machine who's also a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, might be the way to free up some cap space, roughly $24 million, to bolster their offensive line and other areas. Now, for the Bills, this is a potential game changer. Fred Warner isn't just any linebacker. He's an all-pro, a guy who's been consistently grading out at over 90 on PFF in 2025, leading all linebackers in overall grade. His coverage skills are top tier, with a coverage grade of 98, which ranks 3rd in the league. And his run defense is equally impressive, with an 88. 6th grade, ranking him among the best in the league at stopping the run. He's a tackling machine with over 950 career tackles and 18 interceptions, and he's been a consistent force on the field, with 110 tackles, 5 INTs, and 3 sacks in just 13 games this season. His missed tackles rate is under 7%, which is elite. And that's not all. He's a leader, a guy who could anchor the Bills' defense and elevate their game to a whole new level. Imagine Warner lining up next to Matt Milano. That's a duo that could become one of the league's top linebacker tandems. Warner's versatility and playmaking ability would give Sean McDermott's defense a serious boost. His ability to cover tight ends, stop the run, and blitz the quarterback, combined with Milano's skills, would create a nightmare for opposing offenses. The Bills' defense, which already ranks in the top 4 in many categories, would see a massive upgrade. Their tackle numbers would skyrocket. Projections show an increase of around 135 tackles if Warner joins the fold, and their run defense would tighten up significantly, with a projected reduction of around 26 yards allowed per game. Plus, their third down defense would improve, reducing the conversion rate from 36% to closer to 31%. This move makes even more sense when you look at the numbers and the current state of the Bills' linebacker core. Right now, Buffalo's linebacker ranking is around 14th in the league, with a PFF grade of 73.0. Adding Warner could push that into the top 5 or even top 3. With his experience and football IQ, he's a guy who can bring stability and leadership to a unit that's been somewhat inconsistent at times this season. His presence would help reduce opponents' success on third down, which has been an Achilles heel at times for Buffalo. From a strategic standpoint, the Bills could see immediate benefits. Warner's ability to cover short and intermediate routes would help contain the explosive passing games of teams like the Dolphins and Jets. His tackling prowess would help keep rushing attacks in check, especially with the Bills now emphasizing a more balanced defensive approach. And with the Bills' offense clicking at times with Josh Allen leading the charge, having a defense that can get off the field more often and give the offense more chances to score, especially in close games, could be the difference between making a deep playoff run or falling short. Of course, the trade would come with its challenges. Warner's cap hit is around $30 million, which is significant. but Buffalo's front office has shown they're not shy about making bold moves, and the potential upside here could outweigh the costs. Plus, the Bills have some room under the cap, and a strategic restructure or two could make the numbers work. For the 49ers, the trade makes sense too. They're looking to rebuild their trenches, especially after injuries on the defensive line, and they could use draft picks and a safety to help fill the gaps. Trading Warner for a couple of picks and a quality safety could set them up for the future, especially if they're considering a rebuild or at least a partial retooling. Now, let's talk about Warner's impact in the big picture. He's a guy who's been a key piece in San Francisco's defense, and his addition to the Bills would bring a wealth of playoff experience and leadership. He's already shown he can perform under pressure with 5 tackles per game on average, and he's been particularly effective against the run, allowing only 66 QBR when targeted and surrendering just 190 yards after the catch this season. His performance against top-tier offenses, like the Chiefs in Week 7, where he recorded 12 tackles, 2 interceptions, and forced a fumble, exemplifies his ability to be a difference-maker when it matters most. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade could be a catalyst for the Bills' Super Bowl ambitions. With Warner's versatility and high football IQ, the Bills' defense could become even more cohesive and dominant. Their opponents' third-down conversion rate could continue to drop, and their overall EPA per play would improve significantly. This kind of upgrade could be the piece that pushes Buffalo over the edge, especially considering how their offense has been firing on all cylinders with Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and the emerging young talent. Meanwhile, the AFC landscape remains fiercely competitive, with teams like the Chiefs, Ravens, and Dolphins all vying for supremacy. But a move like this could give the Bills an edge that sets them apart. Now, jumping into some odds and projections, if this move happens, the Bills' Super Bowl odds could see a notable bump. Currently, they're hovering around plus 800, but with Warner in the fold, some betting markets could push that down to around plus 450 or even better. His presence on the field, especially in high-pressure playoff scenarios, could be the X factor that makes the difference in tight games. His ability to cover RBs and tight ends in the playoffs, where every possession counts, is a game-changer. Plus, his experience and leadership could help stabilize the defense during critical moments, something Buffalo has been seeking all season long. Of course, it's all speculative at this point. No official confirmation yet, but the whispers are loud enough to get Bills fans excited. A trade like this would not only send shockwaves through the AFC East, but could also be remembered as one of the most impactful moves in recent NFL history. Buffalo's front office seems to be in a mood to make bold decisions, and if they pull the trigger on Warner, it could be a move that defines their championship window for years to come. Imagine the possibilities: a linebacker duo of Warner and Milano, a defense that's relentless against the run and pass, and an offense that's already potent with Allen leading the charge. To sum it all up, this potential trade is a game-changer. It's about building a fortress around Buffalo's defense, one that can dominate in the postseason and help bring that Super Bowl trophy back to Orchard Park. Warner's addition would not just be a rental. It's a statement that the Bills are all in on winning now and establishing a legacy of defensive excellence. As fans, we should be hyped and keep our fingers crossed, because if the rumors turn into reality, it could be the move that secures Buffalo's future as a true contender. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Fred Warner would be the perfect addition to our defense? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in Bills colors? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news. The offseason might be heating up, and with rumors like this swirling around, the excitement is only going to grow. Let's keep the faith, keep supporting our team, and stay hungry for that Super Bowl. Because if this trade happens, it could be the start of something truly special for the Bills, and we'll be right here, breaking it all down for you as always.